All right, and you are normal. You are welcome to Kufab TV once again. You always know, say, I had here. We discuss the most pertinent issues, the issues that are the most thought-provoking, the one that not your regular presenters will be discussing. Here we bring only the most in-depth, the most relaxing, the most knowledgeable, and the most outwitting guests. I'm be discussing issues issues that you haven't heard it from anywhere because people are not willing to discuss due to its intricacy stats or natures. Say yeah, to our program no so meeting any Bismarck Asante as I've always told you, the one after me Alos Paracletos. And then the special guest as we've normally had him, but and then we are discussing one of the most important topics or issues heavy around the country, especially in the political landscape. Um, I've always introduced him, say he's an honorable man, and indeed he's called an honorable. Honorable Kofi Ncheji from Trabum, Hwidium electoral area, formerly an assembly member from Kwangoma district in the Ashanti region. Honorable, you are welcome to our show once again.
Right, thank you so very much for having me. And I'm pleased to be here to talk about some of the issues, of course, we are going to discuss.
All right. Today we are discussing an issue that I believe each and every one of us as Ghanaians has always been thinking about. It is the free SHS. Free SHS is one of the issues that most Ghanaians think say best. Meanwhile, the others, particularly the opposition, think say it's been long overdue. Say NPP who are using it as their flagship manifesto or preaching. They've been preaching about. And say the antina or more as NPP for who say something that they can, and they must always discuss to the diverse views of the opposition and some other Ghanaians almost raising the concerns concerning. So, for us delving into the conversation, why is it that you and your NPP as a party has always been thinking and talking about free SHS from 2016, 2020, and now 2024 is always free SHS, free SHS, free SHS.
Okay, but meda CP na meda for so any for ase. You see, sometimes say yana yakofa nsem ba say, oh, free SHS is overused, free SHS is overstretched. Every time free SHS. Ade wo mu nyina ne say free SHS policy no akoye do ne beka say recurrent expenditure e ka na wo ho no omo ye economics beka say recurrent expenditure so obi ko si interchange a oje bosia no si interchange ni wi a e ho ka no si impo interchange a yesi awi a e ho ka si kura no edru election year bia unya amanfo mo bo ho de rules aban we si interchange no aban bi ye kwan a ye ka aban bi say ya but free SHS no
personally I don't think say free SHS na the only recurring expenditure in Ghana. Even the national health insurance in Ghana me gidi say time bia na yade aban de sikashe winti no I don't see why mobile use as an excuse recurring expenditure.
Okay, so in the first place, health insurance, we pay for it.
Okay.
Just that a well thought through policy or program. But if you want to renew your health insurance card, you have to pay for it. If you want to sign on to it, you have to pay for it.
That is understandable.
But remember, free SHS, every year, if you like, every term or every semester, the government will have to go looking for money, pump into it, and make it fresh. So every time there's a fresh start.
Let me come in here. Yes, I say a fresh start, said you can every term. But said the mechano, maybe to say health insurance and so on. There said you can say Ubuko, yeah, or be renew the card. Free SHS, Akolaniqua, Obeton the box, Obeton the trunk. These are also things that the parents bear the cost on their own, just like any other policy.
It is very surprising when people talk about personal belongings. Ade awa uko yusu akwa ne gari a okonom akwa ne trunk we use ko de be kofie enema ahodo nyina no
the health insurance is a personal belonging.
No, if you look at okay, so give me time, let me explain the two so that you understand the difference.
The floor is yours.
The national health insurance is also a good policy introduced by my government, so taking the credits in kaye but may compare ni me no. The quantum of money that the government spends on each of them. Aban no the esika odi hye bia mu no. Baako de eno a timi hwe ne ho. Ene say yedi kan kura titi sika bi free SNET contributors wo de co national health insurance.
Okay.
Me yeah, me national health insurance, I pay for it. It's a choice. I can decide to be on national health insurance or not.
Oh yeah.
But you can't school the free SHS policy now. Aban bi de aba sɛ nkwada a ɔmo wie GHS nyinaa no ɔmo wɔ akwanya sɛ ɔmo timi kɔ school no free of charge. Hitherto they hear crying say in the time past it wasn't like that. Me call secondary school, senior secondary school.
Okay.
I paid school fees throughout. A lot of people, I'm sure, considering your age, you probably also paid fees.
Yeah, I paid fees.
And then I walk senior high school. And this is a game changer. But my main stress is because a recurrent expenditure every year, every semester, there's supposed to be an injection of funds.
Okay, let's accept the fact that okay, a recurring expenditure. Ujai can say for that fact. Why I say the free SSS has almost become something like compromising quality for quantity, because you hear most of the students in school now during your time and year no. Though now born for school, my born for will always be with us because some of them cry and you be money first. But you hear say yeah. Omo anka first no mo wie beka so mo nkosua fita say fita kora adwuma na ma egu because free teachers no ye nya nkrofo mfo mo nsem ye nya nkrofo mo kwakwa carpenter nipa no ye technically minded o mu sa free teachers no ye wo omo mo kwa visual art ne amade but ye won nkrofo bi o ha e bia nko ye de omo kosua adwuma mu a enka omo call manim but free teachers ntina ye be mo omo ko westi 3 years no 4 years.
The last time I checked, we are educationists. You have an educational background.
Yeah.
So certain pronouncements and be fatal to suggest that free SHS no nya nkofo momu nkusua adwuma afi free SHS no kra no ye compromise quality with quantity.
No, me being an educationist and as a host doesn't necessitate that I should make pronouncements in tune with the incumbent or yourself because
I have not in any way suggested that. But the ambassador say, from your background,
yeah,
you should understand and know the difference between quality and quantity.
I'm also understanding the point or the stance of the ordinary Ghanaian, and I'm asking their question.
So let's deal with the facts.
All right.
Now, why do we go to school? We go to school to learn new skills.
Okay.
We go to school to upgrade ourselves.
Okay.
Remember, upgrade is part of our things.
Yeah.
You see, Ghana here upgrade, not reset.
Okay.
So we go to school to upgrade ourselves.
Okay.
Now, having said that, say you go school ni wia e de na wo ho. You kunya adwene mu faye na yetimi hyehyɛ ye ho sɛ yebetimi ahyia wiase na eba no. Nti nye sɛ obi ko school bia ne sɛ ɔkɔ no abɛyɛ doctor. Enye sɛ obi ko school bia ne sɛ ɔkɔ no abɛyɛ teacher. Obi ko school no as a baseline. Sɛ ɔkɔ advanced countries na mamimiewe na advanced countries na Germany I know very well.
Okay.
The terminal points one ko school kra no and the senior high school. Saying to me say everybody should be able to write, everybody should be able to read, everybody should be able to speak. Why is that important? That is so important in say obi wie senior high school a ono a timi tena se edisafa ewo ade eye ne de enye ono a timi hu se mede we ka we hu a ebeye say ye manu wie GHS sometimes 13 14 wanko school su onko sua adwuma even akra na nkasa no onye matured say we determine.
Let me come in here say wanko kosua adwuma because I bring GHS na primary no you define education you say a method of obtaining knowledge through observation and experimentation. And no that two always important. In the observation no se nipa ne kosua adwuma or observe the master here. Then he comes in to experiment the observation away or brand master here. Yes, I can say obtaining knowledge. And also obtaining knowledge, you know, it is all say free SHS no kusua there. I don't think say that is necessarily important because baby is baby.
Okay, so basically, enuntina Ghana no, your informal sector no, large, but they are cut off. In my cruntia. So akwani we GHS, keke na so nkusua adwuma. Onim the economy of pricing. Osua adwuma wie. What the car man so spray. Onim nimdeɛ sɛ meka we bo we ma. The number of hours I may adwuma ho, sa calculations bebree ntimi nye. Nti sɛ what no enuntina sɛbi om de beche me. Okokuma mazi a bebree begye adwuma no. Ogye adwuma ni wie na adwuma no yaaye ne de. Because when ntimi an calculate say adwuma we say na ɛsɛ megye. The enuntina school ni ho hia pa no. So for me, the baseline, as I've always said, supposed to be SHS. After SHS, no, dwumadie bia nipa mpe so di no, owo nadwene a emuti na wotumi ebu ho nkonta yi. Enti people get it wrong when they want to consider formal education as ade ne say akwani timi recite, otimi eka poem, otimi ka brofo. That is not what we.
Honorable baby adi say no, my mentor question na so ehwa. Yeah, say SHS should be the baseline, said the other countries there. Now let me come in with this question. Observing and accepting SHS is important, you know. Free SHS particularly as a policy and as a practice of the incumbent New Patriotic Party. You know. What has been the achievement in the life of the ordinary Ghanaian and or more experience, especially the students or more?
Okay, so majority achievement the kasi aboa nkene no yenwie ne
na mame se me ne mahwefo de nke the whole year
mame enka me mo bi tofa enchero.
Okay.
Me kura na me di assemblyman also.
Okay.
In 2016 enkro mu we school no mo 81 emu 9 etimi call senior high school ade a eye akwanside kese financial barrier. This was the biggest problem. Everybody would have wished to go. Fast forward, in 2017, when they introduced free SHS, 68% completed. Two now go school, one had traveled, the other one now in.
Okay.
Every other one eco school. A dear nature, the change in say Trebum Mankasa in the Tumakwa district of the Ashanti region. And we records no. A dear nature, the change in say. Se woma wo ho break akra bia akrachefo eni raba ebibu aka tan so wo kroni mu because obia konya formal education
said you can you say my home break akra bia that means we are looking at the future. Because I say what do you think could be me say what has been now the more implementing and then na mo betumi aka say okay yenya we enipa 68 ko mo ya say that is one achievement,
and that is the biggest achievement for people to have access. You see, you can talk about the end results. Apparently, if you focus too much on the end results within the shortest possible time, you lose out. And until Ghanaians or Africans, we are not able to engage in long-term investments.
No, what is the merit of the policy?
No, the merit is that to have a clean society, a society where everybody can read and write.
Having a clean society where the people can read and write, and after the SHS, no, the panel no. You see, let me continue with this. Between I can on authority as the host and me and some personal research, I mean, team I am. Yeah, who say free SHS no more no. Most especially are promoting hooliganism and criminality. The entire American side, let me issue a disclaimer to this one. This is because so first no one go school na. They say nkwala no o masoro ni nyina ko bi. Nti omo be wie no say nipa 200 na be wie from a particular school a. Omo be wie no omo ba no. Criminals ne omo ebanyim wo mu because omo afra e na ababone no nso be say abapa no. Nti ama omo ananka omo tumi ko ebeye effective products no. We mu no e corrupt omo bebre.
So you see the ebinom ntiase and say if you defer your problem, it is not a problem solved. These enkwadana okoma asem nyina would have gotten to that in any way.
I want to get that statement again. If you defer your problem,
it's a problem not solved.
It's a problem not solved.
Yes. You have only deferred it because why don't you say akoda bi yo ha na onya ade I didn't know call senior high school to omko corrupt omo maka no.
Okay.
Remember, you would have changed these ones into the society. The who cry and say they go into the society with nothing. Go into the society with nothing.
I really like this part now or reasoning because the last time I was having this same conversation with someone, and the person told me, say, if say the criminals, but it doesn't necessarily mean say omo ekomuno omo nyina beba na omo ye adebonyefo and na osa krama meti ase say previously no omo anu eko no na bi ba sebio ye looki down on obi adwuma but na bi be shadow me gidi say ye ka shadow a e bi amomo de mo businessman de bi amomo shadow but ye na ye form de bi shadow ye omo obedu ba bi ti set agents na mo pa take odum kwa mo fo so san crofo no ni mate for no ne omo beba no omo be pia free mu na e bi ho dada na e omo wi akoye normal menial jobs e wo wi bi dada.
So we have two to compare. According to GHS, never had opportunity to go to secondary school. The first 3 years now, what they call yes shadow whatever now can. First 3 years now, what they call senior high school. What started at that? Enti tina make a say so the fair problem on your way. So 3 years now, could stay with school. Some of them go to school and they become better. Otherwise, nanka onye ubia. Inti critically, time akra timi dwene na ho. Your constitution no kra aka 18 years.
Yeah.
Below that, you are considered minor.
Yeah.
What you say? Inti we keep them in school so that there will be checks and balances. Akra onim dey farm kra ho. Akra nim so a student or kwan of asodwene. And until na owie school na na adwene no ahyase intentem for school, the person sees himself as being caged. And no a control to whoever gave you that statistics. Say a promote legalism, any teenage pregnancy and those things. I am saying this, and I just want to put it on record. Okay. Say the person got it wrong. The facts will not support that.
Okay, that is one.
Let me just land on this. Okay. The facts will never support that. Akwada we GHS I na koto adwuma. Ne ma mete baby.
Okay.
There's no protection. Akra ne ba ne maame no mma ne sika nko school da bia enti ehọ ne nya nkra omukudi amanfo kunumachi enkwada a omusua ne ma ahodo bebrebe but the school itself this free SHS only madekro obi okode students
so they say the honorable person say free SHS has become a solution to side check but free SHS by kwani ehu side check brodu
no the side check will come after the person has enhanced herself. But let's not even divert it. Let me make this point forcefully. I am saying that Senipano on in Nemuna or secondary school.
Okay.
Obey secondary school no bebe feel. Or you're better positioned. Okay.
Okay.
O can so much na otimi analyze it. Ohunu de ye, ohunu de enye. Se bibi kra na okoya minim kra bebre a omoto nwuma SHS na omko na bie kwan ma omoma omutimi to nwom. Minim kra bebre a omo engage in this social media adi. Se wa anko secondary school na enkade ya. Onim say
onkola bebre so omo
largely akwana anko secondary school pe na wanya low self esteem. So wahwe amongst the peers of Moko Secondary School, Mako School, no. Just look at
that. I think I will agree with you.
And you agree with me on every single point because
no, not every.
With the free SHS, it's a game changer. Me call secondary school every year, and sana me who say, and yama wait to say, if I had not had the opportunity to go to secondary school, and coming who but last point on that, I said. School ni nyina fapem secondary school.
Why?
Because that is the point I would draw. Wow, to me bibi ma. So we secondary school and remember that includes TVET. And you will free TVET into your discussing free SHS. You can't do away with the TVET, the technical vocational aspect. So you both in your
okay.
Now so akwani we secondary school ba eba. Na se wo ye bibia. Akwa ne timi eye ne ye a very high self-esteem, or
Okay.
kind of with
Let's
the dressing.
let's
Ni
put a hold
bibia.
on the aspect say akwala ni to me bibia on ho na yemra tertiary aspect no so kakra. They say free SHS put so much pressure on the tertiary side, because enrollment no hwe nkwala dodo a omo ko school mu say ya. We aka say very alarming, and not even only about the enrollment aspect na omo enrolled no very alarming no. Say omo eba no so no cognitive wise no they say because of quantity nintin ama omo training na omo preparation no they say omo performance no enye much encouraging because say e cost omo quantity na cost no nanka quality no so enhance, but acquire the vice versa.
But what statement will be free? You're penning for a predecessor conform the DNA and say, Ikamepa, Nankama, Muskan go school. Says our statement, which be brave.
Yeah.
Me pament man go school, if he say, now it's a man and cotton DNA, dishe, ajwa, any other. Now, with the issue of Akrano area school aba na cognitive wise, on your the pressure, I'm surprised you use the word alarming to describe a positive situation. When there's when there's more pressure on tertiary institutions, that is positive. Why? Hitherto it wasn't like that.
Okay.
Because na barrier no SHS. Inti moye nipa 20 number we GHS ebi a 2 na ekọ. Inti ehọ na ya sone so, ya to bi egu dadaada. Inti nkofo bi o ha, omo ankasa omo niema nkom betima ya na ya twa so. Afi ya ba bedru tertiary. And quite tinya after through my pass. I didn't because my pass in pressure about tertiary institutions. And therefore, that is positive. And to address the issue of whether they have low IQ, because in terms of cognitive, to address it, who determines that? Already, no. First, nipa 20 neko.
Okay.
20 neko ni de yes CV or more. Ni ma amen papa ebon ho modin pia na.
Okay.
And no kura ni nya 5 pen no yard out of the 20.
Right.
Percentage is 25%.
Right.
Okay, 20 out of 5. Now, if you bring 100 and make the same 25%, okay, 25 out of 100. If only you understand the mathematics I'm doing. At the same 25 in terms of percentage.
For the mathematics, I don't think me was some metias here. I was say I have one in the tias. So me metias and some have one answer.
Your
submission is not.
It's a first no. Nipa ni si omo kwan. Come on free junior high school echo GHS no. Se nipa 20 na wie ya emu num pe na nya akwanya de ko.
Okay.
Nti edunum na aka na etwa magu.
Okay.
Se si nipa eduonu no wie ye no edu nwotwe 18 enya kwan I go through SHS. Omo wie ye no. Inse senka finally bear two pen end up in SHS no, from the same school no. This time about 7 I ended up in the tertiary.
Okay.
Nti ede na ebeba ubenya chaff no more in terms of nominal figures. Say ya de ba yanka no mako because we 75 out of 100 is the same 75%. And we 15 out of 100 is the same 75%. Into do na after SHS no man come and now omo kona omo nyade no omo dos mo adwene mu. But who determines the oyade the onyade? Is it because the person could not become a doctor?
But would you agree to this effect on me? On this particular question, I will say, despite say enipa no awie dodo no, let's agree say omo nyina awie asempa positive no. Omo nyina awie no. The last 8 years, again I will use the word alarming. First one no, okay, I say you are surprised I'm using that word. I'm using that word alarming to a positive effect. That is because a positive effect and the end results no almost negative no. Negates it completely. Nti say any kwala na nyina bewie na say unemployment no rate no so raise here. I think say almost irrelevant.
I'll crave your indulgence. Go into another area because employment.
You see, this employment issue. No, let me the incumbent always runs from it. When we ask, say, I didn't know why introduce such a good policy, you have safety. But in Kuala there is no ready employment.
No. That's what I'm saying. That if we want to go into that, that in itself is a whole topic.
Okay.
Mama just of it. Who told you say sankra no so man ko SHS a nkom kwa kunya adwuma? Who told you say nkra no man ko tertiary nkom kwa kunya adwuma? The Ghanaian economy no, it's about 90% informal. So you need to train people to be intelligent, to be able to take up the challenge. Okay. So we don't say that my mom from school, there's a ready job. Open ready job. You go into college of education.
Okay.
You become a medical doctor. I mean, who medical doctor was going to and he said, why am I a medical doctor?
So
why am I a pharmacist?
Does that mean say Obia or SHS, where we are or tertiary biano? You see, yenya nursing, the Okusia public, your friend say public studies are do na friend or kind of political science, any other communication, name one, Obia no monquay courses to say law, courses to say medicine.
No, I have not. No, I've not. That's an area of absurdity. I've not said that. If you listen to me very well, okay. I'm saying that we don't train people because after that there's a ready market. Okay. We know when you are going to do communication studies, okay. You know that when you finish, okay, you will struggle because there's no ready job market for you. Okay, so once you understand some of these things,
I believe you
see. Let's not. Let me finish. Let's not link this free SHS to job employment. Okay. Job employment itself, like I said, is a whole subject that needs to be treated differently. Okay. In any case, say ni pano call SHS, so uncle free SHS. You want manko free SHS, or mutu fees, or call university year. So the free SHS is not a panacea for somebody not getting a job. Right. I think it's a gray area. We don't even
on time effects. I would ask my last question. I believe so most of the questions number Busano I to deal with probably the elite to contemplate on the feedback I would demand. In 1 minute, what would you tell Mamena or Kantamanto, Mamena or Kejetia, or Ashton, or Moro Market, the various other regions in the markets, to convince them, say, the free SHS is a policy, as you said in your own words, is the most important policy that has ever been passed into law in the Fourth Republic.
Great. You see, not yet passed into law. NDC for some men passing into law. And that presupposes say NDC for giving the opportunity Nansenye, what it say, Professor B. Ababeke can say free SHS no, or mobile school no muntimi solve common algebra questions near there. They are preparing the grounds so that when they have the opportunity, they will cancel the free SHS. As a matter of fact, it has not been passed into law.
Okay.
Free SHS was introduced by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
And it is the biggest, the most important policy any government will ever introduce. Maamina OTM no, the woman say, question is in the say, I want to say, NDC tina kunya no so. Sika edi free SHS no. Na no so kan Ghana sika no bi. O ma anye free SHS no sika mo de be. Good. Enti free SHS no, sika na anka wo ebe wakodi aban ni nsem no atoto card ya slay queens ni ade no. Se sika na ye de hwe oba wo school. Enti o part of now, the national cake.
Coming on to this particular one.
Okay. Or part of the national cake, and no na ye de educate you.
Yeah, that is the same point. That is the same point.
We are building a society.
Okay. My first question. You see, before this particular show ever began, I realized that you were making some assumptions. Let me call it calculations about say it being a fair distribution of the national cake. And now can say daily, said the government spending on the policy. Can you do briefly in 1 minute that short calculation?
For my I love this opportunity. See, me say me layman, me yet economist, me yet the omo ye ni bi. Ti me tnasia me ka de maame no tijuno betemase.
Okay.
Me see free SHS no. Aban no obo akwada bi akonhoma.
Okay.
Na kwan ofa so bo akwada bi akonhoma na nie. Akwada oda boarding house aban no ma na aduane di empremiensa.
Okay.
Ene aduane se de NDC for se aduane bo aye de ni ade no. Ya mfa na se akwada no kro didi no. The sitting be at or transit wo didi odi 5 cedis per.
Sure.
Inti akro oda boarding house no. nkodi 555 to 15 cities. And a day student in your one hot meal, so we so I know so make catch it for you say you go day school no so no ono so ye man aduane di on odi ba akopɛ.
Therefore I hope say no cray mon confirm and so I also do my check.
Odi ba akopɛ.
Okay.
Enti say we average a o de 1 no eka 15 5 no eka 15 when you 20 divided by 2. Enti ye fa ne say aban na mo ka bia abofra bi obo no ka 10 cedi dakro.
Okay.
Dakro. Okay. Yenye calculations.
Okay.
Ukomi krum enkawe to ase. Ana trebum. E ho na afie ko bi si na high school.
Okay.
Enkawe e ho na encourage senior technical.
I wish someone could get me my phone now.
Once so calculation. I want to toss wo. Na
okay.
Toss wo enkwada eye not less than 3,000. Empimiensa. Da kru bia na na kufa do nante ekopesika e de bobo sa ankwa toss nko awo.
Okay.
Nti eye 10 cities by 3,000. Okay. Dako eye 30,000, 300 million.
Okay.
In
one school.
One school. Okay. Dako for one day, one school one day. Now, Ashanti region, we have close to 200 senior high schools.
Yeah, true.
Let me not use TOS Cradian. Yampan says school BI with 2,000.
Okay.
In the Abanabo school BI, who kadakro 200 million.
Okay.
Hey, 200 million no.
Okay. That say you're almost 200 schools.
Yes.
Then you on the
Ashanti region
100.
Okay.
Ashanti region. And 20,000 no by 100.
No, you're using 100. You're using 1,000. 1,000 on average. 1,000 okay. Students. School be while students in the population 100.
No, meka schools no.
100 schools against 2,000.
Against 2,000.
Okay, you can do it.
Which I
think that for the time purposes, let's leave that calculation to the viewers. They can do it. Me say, Master me say, Nana Ado Danko Ekufuado, Oni Yura Mahmoud Bawumia, any education minister, Dr. Educhum.
Okay.
That could be omo fa apampan si omo ti so kone nama no makope suku ba ko 300 million no de amano ade chen ya no asan ko fa 300 million Saturday nyina wo de ko Sunday wo de ko de bia sa ko pem say if you are say tina me catch say a recurrent expenditure include that.
All right.
In Japan now on support no, let me end on this note. Firstly, very
I think
important.
The NPP, this is a very important topic. Anytime we have an opportunity,
yes,
no?
Abina on supporting.
Okay.
Ebe no aswa pampa on ti so okope school back 300 million.
Which is the Abina on support?
And this is supporting free SHS, and that is very clear. It is for bar. Won go chini 300 million. Na confirm talk ama obi that.
What is the proof say and this for
okay, so the proof is say they run over 40 advertisements during the 2016 campaign.
Okay.
Omo frɛ SHS ne say 419.
Okay.
Omampani dada ujina simply okay. Or say no politician should implement free SHS at the whimsical promise of a desperate politician.
Okay.
This is there. Yesterday free SHS was say 2 billion. 2 billion.
Okay.
So buying on no 2 billion. 2 billion Ghana cedis. Okay. So the free SHS and buy the for.
Okay.
Enti clearly on no yen sika na on fa me free SHS.
Okay.
Enti me so on person free SHS no ebegua to abanama Dr. Mahmoud, but for that one you are sure say free SHS will be sustained is the biggest.
All right. I for you better want to today's very effect say when you are na marshal program yeah up to this point due to time factor no it is a conversation no that got into a point I am very lively I any kind I then so and so you say I gonna hear then na sebi ade san crash phone you know you be see here now we better was say nya brema here na
we are always available. Thank you.
Na ebio my for you betum anim say this particular channel yi mon subscribe na mon comment na mo wi amon share na afoforo so enya bi share to this very effect na if so o ye company adwumayeku ana say ankra na so person sponsor this show any day mo na we get in touch with the team we will be very happy and welcoming to work with anybody or any brand ya beda masipi say mo nya abotara mayen na makoso ahwe me me dey adwumade mu tia me din na Bismarck Asante abotumi afrɛ me Alos Paracletos me ne na wo kofi entweje ya damasipi